right, everybody, welcome to another great episode of Real Life Matters. I'm your host, DBoss. I'm telling you today, it's going to be one great show. Rosita Stone, she's been on our show before, but she was releasing a lot of tracks, different tracks, and we just want to find out what she's doing because she's really going international. So without any further ado, here I introduce to you Rosita Stone, the entertainer.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm well. I'm doing good.
Wow. I'm telling you, you're a busy bee.
I am. I'm a very busy bee. Things, sort of moving and shaking and
shaking and baking.
Yeah, just a bit at a time and taking it day by day, but it's good. It's going well.
Okay. So, Rosita Stone, can you tell everybody where you come from, a little bit of your background?
My background, I come from, my mother's Mexican and my father was born in Canada from a Russian-Ukrainian background. And we lived all over with my dad. We traveled and absorbed a lot of different influences and learned to love different cultures and accept different situations.
Okay.
I learned to sing really young and just to be around music and fun. And I mean, who doesn't like music, right? So
right.
That's like saying, do you like air? Right? Seriously.
Well, to you, yes.
So, yeah, we traveled and I was always in dance class. That's what I did. I was always like,
So you like dancing?
All different kinds of dance, and that was my life. And then I got into singing more, and yeah, I mean, there's so much, right?
This is Rosie. Okay, so Rosie, can you tell people who you've worked with?
Who have I worked with? I've worked with. I had a lot of fun working with Michael Bublé. We did some huge shows together, and I've worked with a group called the Canadian Tenors. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of them.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of people have heard of them, but the demographic of your show, I'm not sure. Tenors more like,
wow.
Like the operas,
Oh, okay.
That's
a lot of people watch a lot of different things. A lot of people listen to a lot of different music.
Absolutely. So, and I've worked with, I opened shows for a Latin superstar. He was amazing. His name is Carlos Vives. He just won a Grammy just a few months ago in 2020, just the last Grammy. And I've opened shows for him, and I've worked with some really awesome producers, some writers in Texas, Kim Tribble and Philip Douglas, two like #1 hit songwriters in Nashville. I had a blast with them, like learning. I felt like a child just sitting there like, oh my God, the first time it happened, I was like, oh wow, like these guys are serious. They show up at 10, they write, they finish the song by 2:00, they have lunch, and they're done, and they wrote that song. And it was a very interesting education, and really loved it. And I got to go back.
Wow.
Gone there a few times and written with these guys, and they're just incredible. And I've worked with a man named Jim Tullio, who's a 2-time Grammy-winning producer. I've worked with right now. I'm working with Dennis Nieves. He's from Miami, but he lives here in Toronto now.
Okay.
Near Toronto. I'm just outside of Toronto, but he's close by, and I've been working with him with some of my singles. And then I'm also working with co-producing and songwriting with another amazing producer from Los Angeles. His name is Big Chris Flores. His dad was the bass player in Los Lobos. They were a huge band. Los Lobos, and he produces all sorts of stuff for a lot of different people. He's worked on productions for Rihanna and Guns N' Roses, Slash, Welcome to the Jungle, Slash. I don't know if you know him. And Rihanna and who else? Oh, Black Eyed Peas, yeah. So, and I just finished a song with him, and it's amazing. It's probably going to be my next single after this special Spanish single I have out. And so I'm just sort of trying to do everything I can. I live like there's no tomorrow. So I take on so much, and people say to me, you're always like, oh, running in circles, but that's my life. I run in circles, and I just try to do the best I can. I'm a producer, and I produce videos and music, or co-produce the music, and just always producing something. And so songwriting is one aspect of it, but there's so much other stuff. And then the administration of things and all that. It's crazy. But what else would I be doing? I don't know. I don't know what else I'd be doing, Am I looking at the right place? Like
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you are.
I'm on a different device. I'm like, where am I looking? Okay. Great.
No, it's great. No, so you write your own songs, right?
I do.
Okay. And can you take us through a little bit of the process of that? How you do? How you come up with your stuff?
I normally, what I do is I'll sit here at my piano, and there will be, the first thing is there's like an emotion that I'm feeling, something that I'm feeling, and I'll start playing some chords, and then I'll find sort of like a pattern that I love, that I can really vibe on, and then I'll come with a melody. And that always comes first, the melody, and then I'll start to morph the melody, or, work with it. And then words will drop in according to how I'm feeling at that time.
Wow.
Which is opposite of how in Nashville, everybody in Nashville, like not everyone, but one of the ways of writing in Nashville is that you write from a title. So everything comes from the title, right? So,
okay.
So you got a title, and then you get all the ideas from that, and you pull everything from that. For me, that's the last thing. Sometimes I'm recording the song and I don't even have the title yet. I know.
Well, you're singing, you don't know what you're going to call the song.
Yeah, it could be anything. And then sometimes the title comes, after the song's actually recorded, and I say, okay, that's going to be the title,
So who inspires you to do what you do?
Oh, who inspires me? Well, sometimes it's a who, and sometimes it's an it. Like, I feel I'm very a spiritual person. Mm-hmm. I try to be. I'm not saying I'm, all that, but so I get a lot of I get a lot of inspiration from even just knowing that I have another day to live, that I have a daughter in my life who's amazing, and just I get inspired through feeling grateful about things. And then sometimes people can inspire me if I have a feeling about somebody, or I'm and it could be, it's a whole thing. It's not always, inspiration isn't always, oh, it's so, fluffy and puppies and, sweet. Sometimes it's depressing. Sometimes it's sad, and it's like, it's life. It's the human condition. So sometimes I'll get inspired because I'm feeling like gutted about something, and that goes into the song. It's everything. So it's not, the inspiration isn't, like I'm saying, it's not just about, sometimes not just about something happy. I'd like it to be. It would be great if it all was, but it's not, because life isn't like that, right?
Right. But, before we ask any more questions, and, I want you to play a little something for us. We're going to take a brief break. Okay. So when we come back, you're going to hear a live thing with Rosita Stone.
Awesome.
Okay. So we'll be right back.
Thanks.
Looking for a TV show that brings you a raw, uncut, unbiased opinion? What about a show providing a platform to tell us about your business or talent? Tune in to Talk It Out, Monday through Friday, hosted by Chill of Come Clean Empire and his co-hosts, DBoss, Corey Whitmore, and DJ Despair, where we bring you not just a TV show, but a TV experience.
Welcome to Real Life Matters. I'm your host, DBoss. Real Life Matters is a power-packed, inspired program that brings you real people with real matters. If you are a company, brand, or artist, we will take you to the next level. Watch Real Life Matters Monday to Friday right here.
I'm Tanisha. I used to be in credit card debt, but now I'm finally free. You got it. Y'all know what it is. It's your home station. Number one for blazing hip hop and R&B.
I was 18 years old when I got my first credit card. It only took me about 6 months to max it out.
We were introduced to Wes Hall, and I met with Wes. We spoke about the company, where we had gotten to. We were already in Sobeys. We were looking at expanding, and up to that point, we were self-funded. Wes was pretty interested in us being a Caribbean Black-owned company. So Wes came on board and really helped us expand the company.
Well, we're back with Rosita Stone. I just see she looks like she's warming up.
I am.
This is Real Life Matters, people. So Rosita Stone is gonna just sing us a little about so we could see where she really is.
Okay, so I'm going to sing a song. It's actually the first single, Decide por fin, but I'm going to play it what it sounded like when I first wrote it without any.
With all the mastered version. We'll play the mastered version after.
Okay, I'll just play a little bit of it, okay?
Okay.
Let me know if you can you hear that?
Yes.
Awesome. Ay, decide por fin, no puedo vivir así. Quiero vivir sin dolor. Nada importa ya. Hoy te necesito más. No pensé enamorarme así. Tienes que escoger una tendrá que perder. Y si yo o soy yo que ganará tu amor. Tienes que escoger una tendrá que perder. Y si yo o soy yo que ganará tu amor. That's a little ditty from that. Anyway.
Wow, that sounds beautiful.
It sounds okay. I just kind of hooked it up quickly. I was trying to figure out how to, Okay, great. I'm glad it sounds okay.
But hey, you pulled it off.
Yeah.
All right. So the song that you just did, like, how did you come up with that, and what made you go through? Why did you pick that tune?
Why did I write it or pick it to do?
Pick it, both of it. Oh.
Okay, so I wrote it because of a story of a man who, it's not my story, but I thought it was a cool story. He fell in love with two women and they were sisters, twins.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's why in the video I have like a blonde wig and a dark haired wig. I'm the same person, but I mean, I'm twins. So because I look like I look like me.
We'll play the video in a moment. Like this.
Yeah. So it's really about he couldn't make up his mind. He was so distraught, and they were, it's causing tension between the sisters, but they still love each other. You know what I mean? It was a mess, a total mess. So they told him, okay, go make your decision and, get back to us, kind of thing. And
I like how you said, go make the decision, just kind of get back to it.
And then it was like, you know what? It's not really his decision to make, but they cut him a break. But really, in the end, he didn't choose either one of them because he knew it would rip them apart. It would.
And that's what was that one called, Adora or Decida?
No, I don't know. There's Decide por fin.
Decida.
Yeah, decide now. Decide.
You better decide. Well,
Yeah.
some men need to take that note, though. So.
Exactly. So that's
all right. So let's watch the video, and then we're gonna come back. We're just go. Hold on. You're gonna stay right here. Don't run off.
I won't.
Don't run off. Don't run away.
Really good at R&B.
Wow. There you are, girl. That's a very sexy video.
Yeah,
That makeup is mine.
that's right. Yeah, we had a lot of fun doing that. Dennis, who I co-produced the song with, I wrote it and we co-produced it together. He and Vance McKenzie shot that video in the studio as well. I think you know Vance.
Yes.
And yeah, we had a lot of fun doing it. We shot it. I just got the wigs. We put it together, and it was fun. It was quick. We did it fairly quickly. Shot it in maybe the whole thing in maybe 3 hours tops, and
Wow.
edited it and saw put some bells and whistles on it. It was fun.
Wow. So where you're producing music and stuff. What makes you different and stand out from all other entertainers? Because you're soaring right now. So what's your secret?
Just perseverance. Really, perseverance and just nonstop, because I really am at it all the time. And every day I want to be able to have something done or sometimes I don't even know what it's going to be, but I know something's got to get done.
Okay.
That way, I'm like a pit bull. I'm like, I'm on things. And then I'll come up in the middle of the night, come up with more things to do. My daughter's like, Mom, you're already so overwhelmed. I'm like, I know, but I just need to do more. I need to do another video. I need to, stuff is already still being produced, and I'm already coming up with more stuff and the steps for the next thing. And I don't know, I'm just at it constantly.
So does anybody else in your family sings besides you?
My brother, definitely. He does. I think what it is I don't know. I just really want to make a difference, and I want to, because of the circumstance, we've spoken about it before, that because of the magnitude of loss that my daughter and I continue to experience from her father not being with us anymore, that tragedy. Now that I'm ready to do this, I'm going at it like there's no tomorrow. Like not
because that tragedy had made you stop, right?
Oh yeah, I was incapacitated. I couldn't do anything for a long time. I didn't even want to. But now it's like, okay, you know what? I know that I was born, and I know that I'm somewhere here, and I know that there's a space and time that I have left. And I know this might sound depressing to some people, but this is reality. It's all our reality for everything, even a plant, an animal, all of us will meet our maker. And every day I have it in my mind that, okay, I need to make a difference today. How much am I going to do? And it's like really driving me. And I'm not sure how long I can go on this.
You can talk. Go ahead.
I'm very intense with what I do, and sometimes I'm hard to be around.
Well, at least you know your own.
Oh, yes, because sometimes because I'm always planning and coming up with more in my head as I'm trying to finish other things. So I'm constantly in a flow process, and it's not easy sometimes to be around me because I'm really just saturated with this and what I'm going to do, because I went for a long period of time, a few years of not doing anything, just writing songs by myself that I didn't want anybody to hear, and hiding away and not wanting to be a part of life really. And so now I feel like I'm maybe trying to catch up as well, but I'm on fire about things, and I really, I have gratitude that I'm still here, and I want to make every day count. And I think about my mortality every day. I don't take that day for granted.
Right.
Like, okay, if something's going to happen to me today, what have I done? How did I make someone else feel? And I really want to, because I'm an artist, a songwriter, producer, creator, I want to be able to get these creations out before anything happens. I feel this urge to manifest what it is that I was born to do. I'm also born to be a mother and many other things, but creatively, musically, I feel like this is a time to start manifesting, to keep manifesting, and to keep going. And that's really where I'm at.
It's Rosita. So what is there something that people misconceive about you that is not true?
Oh gosh. Misconceive about me that's not true?
Yeah. They might think that you are blank and you're not.
Super rich?
Okay. All right.
Yeah. That, there's the doing of everything, and then there's the monetary, extracting the monetary gain out of it is a whole other issue. So
this is what you do every day. This is your lifestyle every day, what you do right now, right?
Yes. At this moment. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm constantly doing other things. I mean, I'm fitting this into a very full life already. I have my daughter, and I have, my 3 cats and my dog, and I have a wood stove here that I live like a farmer, actually, if you saw me. I do, carrying the wood, lighting the fires. And I have, it's very different lifestyle, but, I'm songwriting. you know, fixing the car, fixing the roof, there's all sorts of maintenance that has to happen, and
And you fund your own projects.
Oh yes, I mean exactly like this project Adoro, the song Adoro. The songwriter Armando Manzanero, he's one of the greatest songwriters in Mexican history. He just died in end of December 2020, just passed.
Wow.
And he was such a big influence in my life growing up, and we heard his songs all the time growing up. And when he died, I knew that I was going to do something, and then it came to me, I'm going to, record a song as a tribute. So right. I launched that, and from the thought to, taking the song and arranging it in my own way. Like I wanted to do it completely different than it's ever been, changed some of the chords, a little bit of the voicings, and, just arranged it and worked out how I was going to sing it, and then recorded it. I went to some friends have this amazing studio. It's called the Chalet Recording Studio. It's absolutely beautiful.
Is that in Ontario? Is that in Ontario? Or
yes.
For people that are watching,
outside of Toronto, and they have just the most beautiful room. I shot a couple of videos there already that are going to come out. I just absolutely love that room. It's my go-to place. Absolutely, just beautiful. And so, they have a grand piano that's magical.
Right.
So we went in there and mic'd it up, and I sat there and I did I did the song's piano vocal for the Armando.
So the only instrument you play is piano, or what?
I play piano. I play some guitar, and I love to play percussion and drums. And I'm actually going to take some clips of myself playing the drums. I have to get to that. I have a whole thing that I want to do with that. Like, I love drums. I absolutely love it. I want to play drums more. There's a virtual studio here that I'm going to be taking a bunch of shots of me video doing that. I haven't done that yet, so I'm going to do that. So, and yeah, so this song Adoro, I did it. I went in there, and we went in there with a camera. Preston Farrell, he came with me and his two friends to record it, to video me.
Right.
To video the song. And it was funny because they showed up, and it's like, okay, so are we going to hear the song to do this video? And I said, oh, the song hasn't even been created yet. And they're like, so they're setting up lights for a song that didn't exist yet. And
wow.
This is how like crazy I am. So I just, oh my gosh, sorry. Whoops.
No.
So I said, okay, I'll just give me a second, give me a minute. And they waited in the kitchen area of the lobby, and the piano was mic'd up. So I did a couple of passes, and I got the one I wanted,
yes.
In a couple of passes, I did it, and I did it twice, and then boom, picked the first one, and that was it. So yeah. So then they, anyway.
Well, we're gonna come back.
Yeah, it was a good thing. We worked it out, and it was very. I never done anything like that before. Just sort of, I'm always changing and reinventing myself with that. I was really proud of how that turned out, and it worked out. Yeah, and it's all about feel, right? It's all
right.
In the end.
All right. Well, we're gonna come back, and we're gonna talk about your next one, Adora. So everybody just stay tuned. We're going to be back more with Rosita Stone.
Yeah.
Yay.
Work is good for the soul. It is. It is very good. So, Scott, this would have been, the last couple of weeks would have been when the Democrats would have had their convention, and now that it will not be a convention and the Republicans are having a convention, should Americans make something from that, one having a convention, others not?
I think they should draw that the Democrats, at least, are more COVID sensitive and smarter in the sense.
How do you balance the two? Diana McCauley, let me start with you if I could, because in fact, in the question and answer discussion that was taking place at the launch of the report, there were one or two people who were actively saying, with all these complaints, why don't we just shut down the industry? Is that Jet's aim?
No, I wouldn't say that was our objective. I think what happened was we were shocked at how little information was available to the public.
Today we're going to be doing a recipe for pak choy bhaji. I'm pretty sure you've had this before. Yummy. We're going to add some black pepper and salt to the chicken. So that's the black pepper we're adding now.
So you guys been knowing each other for quite some time, right?
Correct.
All right, so how long you been knowing each other?
I ain't really keep track, but I think I know him from the hood. He's younger than me, but I started hearing about him and then found out about him, got straight with him, whatever. There's a lot of history behind it, but I've been knew him from the hood. I met him, like, he came to our studio because we had a studio in the hood. And
Hi, we're back. I don't know who him was in that in the mask there. You know, you didn't see it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's watch Adore, and then we will talk about it.
Okay.
Las cosas que me dices, nuestros ratos felices, nos adoro, vida mía. Adoro la forma que sonríes. Adoro que a veces me riñes. Adoro la seda de tus manos, los besos que nos damos, nos adoro, vida mía. Y me muero por tenerte junto a mí, cerca y cerca de mí, no separaré de ti. Y es que eres mi existencia, mi sentir, eres mi luna, eres mi sabor, eres mi noche de amor. Oh, ay, río de tus ojos, no sé, tus labios rojos, la forma en que suspira y hasta cuando camino, nos adoro, vida mía. Y me muero por tenerte junto a mí, cerca de mí, no separarme de ti. Eres mi existencia, mi sentir, eres mi luna, eres mi sabor, eres mi noche de amor. Río de tus ojos, no sé, que llanto labios rojos, la forma en que suspiras y hasta cuando caminas, yo te adoro, vida mía, y yo te adoro, vida mía, ay,
Wow. All I can say is,
You know, I feel like crying hearing that. Yeah, it's very emotional for me. That's one of the greatest love songs in Mexico, and that's my tribute to Armando Manzanero and to my mother, my grandmother, my Mexican heritage. I actually want to cry when you feel that. That's like, so
the costume, the makeup, oh my, everything was matching the whole.
Did you like that? You know, the thing about the makeup is like, I was putting these on my face and okay, so I had to glue them, right? Like, let's, being glamorous is sometimes it's like, it's a pain
to pull off your skin if you glued them.
Okay, yeah. So I had to, there was these special things, and I was like, they're falling off, and the glue wasn't working. So using my daughter's school glue, Elmer's school glue. She's like, "What are you doing, Mom?" I'm like, "Okay, don't worry, they're gonna stick this way, right?" So okay, so I'm putting them on my face, and then they're not coming off. So, and then if I was going to scratch the glue off, it would make red marks. So I did my whole face. I don't know if you know about the Day of the Dead in Mexico.
No.
Dia de Muertos with the
tell us about it.
Yeah. It's a 2-day celebration of the dead, those who have passed. And it's November 1st, 2nd. It's a very colorful celebration, and they're called sugar skulls.
Yes.
If you look them up, the sugar skulls, and the skull is representative of, our mortality, that we're always, we're going to die one day, we're going to pass and get to God. And everyone's given a skull, and then you can paint it, whatever. And it's just a representative of, this is, the cycle of life. And it's really not fear. It takes the fear out of death. Actually, people might think it's morbid. It actually takes the fear out. Since I was a child, and not really that afraid. So it's a celebration of, bringing the photos out of everyone who you've loved, who meant something to you, who passed away, who are on the other side. And it's to celebrate them. And the costume and the dress and the makeup is amazing. I wish I had a photo. Do I have a Day of the Dead skull here? No, I wish I had something. So if you look at it, it's just incredible. So the stones I didn't have the full thing, but I put a few on just to give a slight hint of something.
Well, you had them on your body too, like your shoulders and stuff.
Yeah. I put an A for Armando on my shoulder like this. I don't know if you can tell, but I just stuck them on, and I just put them on my face, and I thought, okay, I didn't want to do the whole makeup, but I just wanted to do a semblance of that to, even though it might not look like it, for me, it felt good. But then I used my daughter.
Now everybody's going to be looking for it now.
That's right. So I used my daughter's glue, and I put them on, and then I realized I didn't put my makeup on first. I'm like, oh. So I didn't have any, I just kind of put a little blush, but I didn't have, and my nose looked like, when I can pick at it, I'm like, oh my gosh, my nose looks red, and I didn't have like any powder, nothing. It was just like my face and these things on, and just a little bit of blush, and then some, some eyes. I'm glad you liked it. And yeah,
I did, and I'm going to take a brief break. We're just going to take a brief break. We're going to come back, and I'm going to ask you some questions that you're going to answer.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Look, she's like, oh my God, no.
It's okay.
In today's video, I'm sharing with you all my recipe for a curry bean curd stick with pigeon peas, black pepper, and add salt to taste. You can always adjust after. In goes some chopped scallions, celery, onions, tomatoes, minced garlic, hot peppers and pimento peppers.
Sons and daughters of St. Lucia, love the land that gave us birth, land of beaches, hills and valleys, fairest isle of all the earth. But do we take this Helen of the West for granted? Do we allow strangers to come evaluate our precious stone while we only admire her beauty in glossy magazines?
Today I'm in Fort Collins, Colorado. The location, the views, the overall atmosphere. Bottom line, if you don't enjoy this episode, this series, this location, you, my friend, you're already dead. You just don't know it. That said, my trip includes a tour of what American Legacy Firearms is all about.
No, we like to do one-of-a-kind firearms here at American Legacy Firearms.
Rhythm.
Blessed love from Barbados, or as we so beautifully like to say here on the island, what going on, lovely people? I'm Bugina Kente, the spirit of the people. I'd like to welcome you to the Rhythm Caribbean Top 10 Countdown, bringing you some of the hottest artists, songs, and videos from across the entire Caribbean. So stay tuned.
Rhythm. All right, you're back. Let me tell you, I want to ask you, what more can people expect from you?
What can they expect?
What can they expect more that you, what are you going to be, what more?
Well, this song, Adoro, we just released it like literally, just, and we're moving that in Mexico right now. We're going to, there's already a couple of TV networks who've picked it up, and we're going to just go with that, like just keep going and keep going. And I still have my first single, Decide por fin, that's going. And so Adoro now, it's like a special thing that just happened recently that I'm sort of adding on to that. And then next, the concert Love to the World will be happening. The global mega event concert happening April 22nd is in the works. As you know, it's in the works. So that's going to be amazing. I'm one of the artists chosen for that event, and there will be some amazing headliners that are going to be
along with yourself.
Yes, but I'm talking headliners that everyone would know. Being confirmed soon, and I can't wait. And yeah, so I actually wrote a song as well called "Love to the World," and I wrote it with Chris Flores, big Chris Flores from LA, the producer songwriter who I spoke of earlier, and he's had so many song placements, and he's been very successful. So we have a lot of hope for this song. And so yeah, so that, and I'm shooting a video for it this Sunday.
Wow.
Yeah,
you're not kidding when you're busy.
And this is like sort of self-imposed. Everything is like, okay, I got to do this. So I'm always finding ways to make things happen. And yes, we're going to be, one of the locations is my daughter's capoeira studio. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you know what capoeira is.
No.
It's a Brazilian martial art dance movement. The history of it is that in Brazil, the slaves were not allowed to show their strength and their skill. They had to hide it inside of this dance from their oppressors. And it's an incredible, incredible history of this. And it's like ninja training. So these, it's incredible. So I'm going to have them doing their thing. And I thought of it. It's international. And it's so that's one aspect of the video. So really, I'm just flying by the seat of my pants, trying to figure things out as I go. And, I have a lot of energy with these ideas and things, and just trying to get everything done. I feel like I'm doing like 5 years worth of work in like 1 year, and that's basically what I'm doing.
That's a lot.
That's basically what I'm doing. And like I said, it's all self-imposed. Nobody's telling me to do this. It's just as a producer, I'm just going and going, and I have more after that. I have a song called All That You Do, and in Spanish is Mi Todo Eres Tú. And I think that's going to be, well, I just have a feeling about that one.
Oh, you do?
American markets. Yeah. And I have the videos already done. We did it at the chalet. We shot 3 videos in one day. We just went crazy and just shot so much in one day. But I saw the first video is done, and it's just so beautiful. In the same room you saw Adoro, but it looks completely different.
That was a nice setup, though.
Mm-hmm. But if you go in the studio, and there are these big glass windows in this field of green and trees.
Wow.
And the cover of my album for Adoro, it's actually, I'm standing at the other side of the grand piano, the part that's open, and I'm standing there, and there's this luscious background of green. That's actually real. That's like right through the glass windows. So I'm just really excited, to keep putting out the music. And then after that, I have a song called Don't Be Afraid. It's really up-tempo kind of dance, really inspirational, high energy. And I have that in both the Spanish and English as well. And then I have another song called Burning Heart. And I have at least 6 more to put out with videos that are all being sort of edited and finished. But this one, Love to the World, and Adoro, they sort of jumped in between everything else. They sort of just happened. And so, we're putting them in there and just working it. And I have a great team. Juan Carlos Cordero. Oh, he's just the salt of the earth. He is amazing, diligent, trustworthy, skillful, special, thoughtful, considerate, wise. He is diligent, and he is very,
He's on point. He's on you.
On point. Give the man some props. Woo, Juan Carlos. He's incredible. And there's Maggie in Mexico. Maggie S. Nell, Nell from Kill Sound Productions. She's in Mexico City, helping down there. Incredible lady. And we have Wanda Ryan here in Toronto, in Canada. At DOC Entertainment, which stands for Dandelions of Courage. I love the name. Woo! So she's on the team, and we have Preston, who's done the video. I have Eddie Cristobal who's doing another couple of videos, and Kevin Moore from DNA Cinema, who's done a couple of other videos. So I have like a little team of people, and the Kadara Capoeira, Kadara, Kadara Capoeira, here in Toronto. I'm actually in Whitby right now. I don't live in Toronto, but they're part of the team. And there's Chris Flores, who I write with, and Dennis Nieves. So, and Geert is my friend in Holland. He's helping out there. So, there's a group of us, and everyone believes in me. They believe in the music and what I'm doing. And I'm very, very blessed to have attracted
Rosita.
Because I've been in all sorts of situations. I've been in all sorts of situations that, where the team is or there's no team, or you're trying to put together a team, or people are trying to scam you or con you or pull one over on you. I've been, I've had people lose my masters. I've recorded things in studios and they've disappeared. I've had, there's been a whole other side of it where I've just said, I can't do this anymore, but I always start up again. But I've had some pretty heavy downward crashes from certain things. Or, one thing I just can't tolerate, one thing I can't tolerate is jealousy. I cannot tolerate that because, I used to have jealousy in me and it used to destroy me. I used to stay up at night and wish I was somebody else, had somebody else's this, that, looks, height. I mean, I'm 5'4.5". I'm not, but you know what I mean? Sometimes you're like, oh, I'm not, and I've gone through so much of, I wish that I was somebody else or had something else.
Right.
And I don't do that anymore. After Alex passing away, I just, I think I grew up. It forced me to grow up and sort of try and just sort of settle those things because, there's a finite period of time that we have. There's a certain amount of heartbeats we are given, and do I want to waste that time wishing I was somebody else?
Well, Rosita, we're going to ask you a question here. What's the most craziest thing that you've done that when you're performing or something you remember?
Oh, there's a few. Okay, one of the craziest things was, so there's a few, but this one was like, I was like, going wild. I was like, I don't know what we were doing. I was just, like, whipping my hair around. And Shelby, the guitar player I had, a friend, co-writer at the time, his guitar was right here. And I went like this, and all of my hair got caught in the machine heads. And we did the rest of the show attached. And like my hair was literally wrapped around, the
oh my God.
My hair was literally stuck in his guitar for the set. It was like the first song or something. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And we just kept going.
What did you just kept going?
Yeah, I can't remember what it was. What was it? We had to had a certain amount of time, whatever. And my hair was really in there. I would have had to cut it out. We would have had to break for a while to figure out how to get my hair out. So we just kept going, and so it was insane. People were laughing. It was like really crazy, but that's one of the craziest things that's happened. But
what's the next one?
Oh God. Okay. So I used to belong to a group called the Jack the Ripper Show. This is when I first moved to Toronto, and it was music, and they had these two, Betty Boop looking burlesque, full-figured, gorgeous women playing out these scenes. It was all drama and art and drama, and and they had their like the 50s look going on, and it was like the cat scrap, and they had this and that, and they had all these little scenes, and there was a band behind them. It was like a 10-piece band with horn sections and all sorts of instruments, and they're playing like to the music to whatever the skits were that these girls were doing. And then I was the interlude, and I was singing James Bond songs, and it was really, really cool. So it was kind of like burlesque-ish, but my part was singing in the interlude. So, and I had such a fun time doing it. So, so the craziest thing is I had to figure out ahead of time who in the audience wanted to lose their shirt, literally, because we had this camera set up, and we had to make it look like I was going whoosh, and like ripping the shirt off, right? Because it was one of the scenes. I can't remember if it was Goldfinger or whatever it was. Yeah. James Bond, one of the songs. So I had to go and find like a few different people in the audience who we could take a little like razor to their shirt ahead of time to make it fly off. Anyway, it was hilarious. So then people in the audience were like, wow, because I had them planted, and it was so fun. It was just so fun. I can't believe it. So that's another crazy thing. That's like very artistic, and crazy. And then my mom sent me, I remember I was wearing something really sexy, and I was, it's not the kind of thing I was telling my family about, even though there was nothing wrong with it. It was like, you know, a little bit controversial, maybe, depends, you know. And my mother sent me a magazine with us in it. And she said, "Oh, here, honey." And she sent it in the mail, and I opened it up, and I didn't even know we were in this magazine. And it was like, there was my or, you know, I was going to say something sexy, but it was like the way they showed it, the angle, it was like right
my
page,
God.
with my name. And I was like, oh, you know, she didn't judge me. My mom didn't say anything. So yeah, that was when I first moved to Toronto. So, you know, that was one of the, you know, a really fun thing I did. But I've done shows for, you know, jazz shows. I've done shows for, you know, Harborfront. I've done all sorts of things. I've sang in, you know, tiny clubs. And
well,
I fell off the stage once. I fell off the stage once. That was another one. Yeah. So.
Oh gosh. Well, you gave us a mouthful there.
Yeah, it was fun.
So can you tell everybody where they can reach you if they want to book you or they want you to come and do something with you? Because it's been a pleasure having you on.
Thanks. I hope I didn't say too much, but that's life. It's history. It's just what it is, right?
No, we saw you. We saw Rosita Stone at her best.
So you can reach me through Instagram, Rosita Stone Music, Rosita Stone Music. You can reach me at Facebook that way, and my website as well, Rosita Stone, and my email, rositastone@simpatico.ca. I've had that email for a while. I don't want to change it because it says simpatico. So yeah, there's a few ways you can reach me.
Okay. Well, you know, it was a pleasure having you on again and being on here again. And you know what, you got to come back when you release the other songs. I guess everything will probably be out by the fall or something of this year.
Yes. Well, I believe the next one, the Love to the World song, will come out around the time the concert will. I believe. Well, we're planning it. It's all planning right now. But it's going to be released in Brazil. My next big release is going to be in Brazil for the first single, Decida por fin, and my second one. They want 2 singles like right away. So at Radio Mundial in Sao Paulo, Brazil, they're a massive station, massive network, and they want 2 songs right away. So that's why I'm finishing this video, because I have a feeling about it that they'll really like that. So we have a lot of different things we're working. Okay. So I know it's just like
it's okay. Well, you know, Rosita, I do want to thank you for talking to me today and talking to everybody out there to let them know what you're doing and what you're working on. And of course, follow Rosita Stone and all her social medias. Follow me, DBoss_1 on Instagram, Real Life Matters, Sweet the Boss, not sweet like sugar. You can follow us. And today I've just, you know, had a wonderful time. So anyways, I thank everybody for tuning in today, all the listeners, all the watchers at home to Real Life Matters. So bye for now.
Bye.